Hi, my name is Tariq Samuel, and I'm going to help you pass your PMP certification. Today, we're going to go over some of the things that I think are very important when first starting off. You see, when you get into studying and you start to get into answering some of these questions or practice questions of whatever study resources you're using, you start to realize, right, the key is not just knowing the processes, but it's understanding the mindset. What do I do when? What do I do first? Who do I do it for? Who should I focus on? These are things that you don't necessarily know until you've been exposed to it over a period of time. And so I want to cut that period of time down to as much as a week if possible. But you'll only get that if you pay attention to all my videos and you watch exactly as I explain how to answer each question correctly. Now, there's a way to do it, but you have to dig in and dive deep. And look, that's what we're going to do here. With each question, I'm going to give you an explanation and actually walk you through how I answer these questions in order to get my PMP certification. So without further ado, let's go into question one. Now, these are flashcards, right? Flashcards that I will make available to you if you like this video. Like this video, and once you like this video, comment down below flashcards and I'll send you the link. But without further ado, let's get into question one. So with question one, let's answer this question here. You've been assigned to a new project. Work is behind schedule and the team is not working together well. The team is relatively new and conflicts are arising. Team members are blaming each other for work not done, and some people are not showing up to work on the project at all. What will you do next? Well, this is a disaster, right? He's cast it all in. Now, so first thing you want to do is read the question, right? A lot of people would say read the question first, like the last piece, and then read the answers. That works well for some people. For me, I like to read the entire question to get some context. Then I'll read the question itself, right? Try to see what it's asking for specifically. And then I'll go through and read the questions. And I like to read the answers. And I like to read the answers over twice. But I'll show you how I do it. So meet the functional manager to agree on the team members' time requirements. I don't think that's really answering the question, right? You have a dysfunctional team that's behind schedule and they're not working together well. So you have to get them all on board. Some of them not even showing up for work, right? So just meeting the time requirements is not going to solve the problem. So that's not a good answer. B, meet with your team to set a team charter and define roles and responsibilities. Well, if you don't have well-defined roles and responsibilities, then this could lead to the chaos that you're seeing now. They're not working well together because they don't understand each other's strengths. They don't know how to leverage that. Then you need to get in there and set a team charter, right? How you guys plan to work together, but also define those roles and responsibilities. C, meet with the project sponsor to gain additional funding for resources who can work together. That doesn't answer the question at all, as we have a dysfunctional team, so that doesn't solve that. And then D, escalate the issue to the steering committee as soon as possible as a project risk. Now, this is something that you would do if you weren't able to solve it on your level because you're the project manager. You got to think, I am a project manager. This is my team. I need to get it on board first. I need to do everything that I can do, put the processes in place that I can put in place in order for us to be successful. And if I've exhausted every single avenue of approach, I've exhausted every single contingency, then I'll move forward and escalate it to somebody else for them to handle or for them to help with. And so with that being said, you see that A, right, C, and D don't necessarily answer the problem of a dysfunctional team, right? And B does. Meet with your team to set a team charter and define these roles and responsibilities so that people can have at least a structure to grasp. So we're going to go with B. And it was B. And it says here, the standard for project management asks that we create a collaborative team environment, including team agreements, definitions, and roles and responsibilities, formal committees tasked with specific objectives, and standing meetings that regularly review a given topic. Right, this is in your 7th edition of the PMBOK Guide, 2021, page 28 and page 29, create a collaborative team environment. And so that's how we can tackle some of these problems. If you genuinely look at what the question is asking, okay, yes, I get what the terms that are being used, but what is it asking me to do, right? What is my role as a project manager? You always have to view it from that scope, from that eyesight, from that viewpoint. So moving to question 2, we killed it on the first question. Let's move to question 2. 2, you have recently completed a project for a new product and have been asked to manage it after it's released to keep it relevant in today's marketplace. Half of your existing project team are rolling off to other projects soon, and your project budget is nearly depleted. What will you do next? So you're in a situation where you were a project manager for a project that was successful, but now they want some continuity. So they want to keep you on so that you can manage it after it's released and ensure that it stays relevant. So what will you do next? Question next. Is it A, create a business case and project charter for your project sponsor to approve? B, retain as many of your current project staff to continue work on the product? Yes, you'd want to do that because you want to maintain the people that have worked on the product that understand it at a deep level, and you don't want that to just be you, especially if it's a very technical product. Then you want somebody that's a technical expertise in that certain area. Maybe if it's a software issue, maybe it's a hardware issue, things like that. C, raise a change request for your current project to add scope and continue making changes. No, not really, because they're asking you to maintain the product and make sure that it's relevant. Yes, once you figure out what you want to change about it, you can create a change request that would help you add to the project. D, secure funding for a stable team, then use current research to form a suite of projects to improve the product. I think D is the right answer. And the reason I say that is because, one, it talks about securing a stable team, right? You want to be able to have some continuity, so you have to have a team that's stable. If everybody left, right, you're gonna have to bring in a new team or bring in new people, or hopefully bring in old people to create this team and create a system that is gonna allow for you to maintain some continuity throughout the project. And so, and then it says to use current research to form a suite of projects to improve the product, right? So you already completed a project. Now you're moving on to different projects that are going to help this product stay relevant, right? And so that kind of fits into the mold of what they're asking you to do and what they want you to do as a project manager. So I'm going to go with D, and the correct answer is correct. So this question is referring to product management. Product management involves the integration of people, data, processes, and business systems to develop and maintain a product or service throughout its life cycle. This is in PMI Guide, 7th edition, 2021, page 17 through 19. So product management considerations. And so we answered that correctly. You really have to pay attention to how we're breaking down these questions. It's what the project manager would want to do, right? And I always tell people, when you look at solving a question, make sure that you're solving the question. You're not solving the question you want to solve. You're solving the question that they're asking you to solve. And so make sure that you reread the questions entirely so that you truly can grasp the specifics of what they're asking. So let's move to question 3. Congratulations, you got through 2 questions correctly. So question 3, you're delivering a critical change and several key stakeholders in your organization have added seemingly unnecessary steps for you to take, with extra approvals, reports, and meetings. They're also restricting the people you need from working on the project, from working on your project in a larger capacity. What will you do next? Right? So it's asking you, what will you do next? And you got to think about the principles of a project manager. What you need to do is try to handle at your level first. So let's see what question A says. Go directly to the people you need to avoid extra back and forth with the stakeholders. Depends, right? That depends on how your organization structure is. It's an okay answer. B, raise a risk in the risk register on the lack of access to sufficient resources. That's a way, but it's not the most direct way, not the most it's not the fastest way. C, communicate more often with stakeholders and gain a deeper awareness of their ideas and situation. I don't think that's the problem, but it might be if there's some miscommunication between the two. That's why they're adding these unnecessary steps. And then D, show your stakeholders the resource assignment matrix and project roles and responsibilities. That's not going to do anything for you. So I really think it might be C, because C is asking you to communicate more often with the stakeholders and gain a deeper awareness of their ideas and situation. What this is going to do is going to allow you guys to get on the same page and hopefully solve the problem without there being any conflict. B, raise a risk in the risk register on the lack of access to sufficient resources. That may not necessarily help you solve specifically the unnecessary steps that you need to take, but it also may not solve the personnel problem. And then A, go directly to the people you need in order to avoid extra back and forth with stakeholders. You never want to undercut the stakeholders. You never want to undercut the people who are in charge of you. You can do that so many times before you get let go. So I would say no to those 2 and no to D. I think C is the correct answer. Let's go with C. And it's C, correct. This question refers to the principle of effectively engaging with stakeholders, right? Stakeholders may add steps or requirements or restrict team members if not engaged appropriately. Communication and awareness of their ideas through knowledge sharing and regular meetings, ideally face-to-face, help. You can find us in the PMI Guide, 7th edition, 2021, page 32 and 33. We talk about effectively engaging with stakeholders. And so, like I said, we're going through this at lightning speed. Obviously, I want you to take your time and truly understand this information as we're breaking it down, because as we break it down, we're looking to solve the question correctly. And sometimes you won't be able to truly grasp exactly what the question is asking, but as you read the answer choices, you'll start to understand that these answer choices make sense for solving these problems when you extrapolate it and truly look deeper into what it's asking. So without further ado, congratulations on 3 out of 3. We're moving to the 4th question of the day. 4. So you're managing a project team mostly made up of men. Recently, Jane was hired for her high expertise in the brands that make up your industry. You notice she has been left out of some key meetings and others are overlooking her opinions. You also notice she is paid significantly less than her male colleagues. What will you do next? And so in a situation where you're seeing unfairness, right, you really want the team to be together. You want them to work together seamlessly. You want them to feel included, right? You want them to feel like they are a part of the team that is solving this great problem that you guys are working on. And so in order to maintain some level of cohesiveness between your teammates, you're gonna have to figure out a way to get them to work together collaboratively, get them more involved. So let's see what the answer choices have to say. Is it A, make steps to update her pay to the same range as the others on your project and ask her opinion and advice specifically during each meeting along with others in your team? Sounds like a pretty decent answer. You solve the pay problem and you also kind of give her a voice when you guys are talking about, your project in itself, right? But not making her feel singled out because you're also asking others in your team the same questions. B, take lower pay as you win for your project as it will help keep costs low and her colleagues don't need to know. No, her colleagues need to be engaged. Why? Because they're part of the problem, right? They're overlooking her opinions. They're keeping her out of meetings, right? They're not making her feel important and valued within the team. So B is wrong. C, ask Jane to write down her knowledge of the industry just in case she leaves. No, that's the worst case scenario. And you don't ever want to make somebody write down some knowledge. That's like that's a slap in the face. Not really fighting for her, but fighting for her knowledge. That's terrible. D, no need to rock the boat. This is just how people work in this industry. And that's false, right? Because obviously other people are getting their opinions valued or they're having their opinions heard and they're feeling value within the team. So I'm going to go with A, right? Make steps to update her pay to the same range as the others. And then also ask her opinion and advice in front of the others while also engaging other people. While it makes her feel a part of the team, but also allows other people and gives them permission to engage with her as well. So we're going to go with A. And the answer is correct, A, right? So this question is on integrity and stewardship. We should have respectful engagement of the project team members, including their compensation, access to opportunity, and fair treatment. This is in PMI Guide, 7th edition, 2021, page 25. Be diligent, respectful, and a caring steward. It's important that you make everybody feel welcome because you are the project manager. At the end of the day, you have to have a well-functioning team, and you have to have, right, all of your individuals. Because the individuals make the team, you have to have them on board. And so with that, I'm going to stop here, right? 5 out of 20 so far. But if you guys want more, let me know. Let me know you want more of these questions. I'm not going to keep reading these questions if you guys aren't getting any value out of them. If you guys don't see the value in how I'm explaining it and how I'm breaking it down, then let me know and we'll go with something else. If you guys need me to explain it in a different manner, let me know and I'll go do that. You guys, I appreciate you making it through this video. Hopefully you gained some value out of what I've given here with the questions and the explanations. And I hope to see you again. Without further ado, it's your boy, Tarik Samuel, giving you some game on the PMP certification. It's peace and love.